Hello guys, and welcome back to another tutorial. In this video I will show you how to create a multi-speed ramp sync to song beats easily in After Effects. Let's get started. Before we continue, if you want these exact shakes, I've linked my AM Film Shake preset pack in the description. Just drag and drop and your edits instantly look more dynamic. Alright, let's get back to it. Before we begin the actual speed ramping, first make sure all the song beats are marked. To see the beat drops in After Effects, select the music layer and press L twice on your keyboard to reveal the waveform. Then listen to the track and place markers on every beat you hear and see by pressing the asterisk key on your keyboard. Once all the beats are marked, close the waveform. The next step is trimming the beginning and the end of the clip. First let's trim the beginning. Scroll to the moment where you want your video to start, somewhere around here in my case, then trim the beginning by holding Alt and pressing the opening bracket key. Next move forward and trim the ending as well. To trim the end, hold Alt and press the closing bracket key. Now that the clip is ready, the next step is stabilization and locking the subject in the center. First scroll to the beginning of the layer and decide which stabilization method you want to use, because After Effects provides several options. In this tutorial, I will use one of the fastest and easiest methods with Mocha AE. In Mocha, select the rectangle tool and create a mask around the object you want to center and lock onto. In my case, it is the wheel. Next enable planar surface. This shows the area Mocha uses as the reference for tracking and helps define how the tracked movement is applied to the object. It also makes it easier to check whether the tracking stays accurate throughout the shot. Once everything is set, click the transform icon to disable all other tracking options. Then click track forward and wait for the analysis to finish. Once tracking is complete, click Save and close Mocha AE. Back in After Effects, expand the tracking data and click Create Track Data. This applies the tracking information from Mocha into your composition and converts it into keyframes that can be used directly in After Effects. Next press U on your keyboard and copy the center keyframes. Then press A to reveal the anchor point property and paste those keyframes onto it. If you now play the video, you will see that the clip is stabilized and locked perfectly to the wheel. However, you may also notice black edges, which can be fixed by scaling the video slightly. Once everything looks good, pre-compose the video. Make sure Move All Attributes and Adjust Composition Duration are selected, then click OK. Now move the layer to the very beginning. You can press the opening bracket key to snap it into place. Next right-click the layer and enable time remapping. Now here comes the important part, and I will explain it as simply as possible. Let's say I want my multi-speed ramp to end exactly at this beat drop. I will grab the last keyframe and drag it to that point to speed up the entire clip and set the speed ramp ending there. After that, we can trim and delete the remaining part of the layer since it is no longer needed. Now we have sped up the clip, and we have multiple beat drops that we need to sync with the video speed. Normally, you would stop at each beat drop and speed up the clip directly on the beat. But in a multi-speed ramp workflow, we do it differently. Instead, we create additional time remap keyframes slightly before each beat drop, just a few frames earlier. Let's place a keyframe here, then move past the beat drop and add another one here. You just repeat this process for all the beat drops. Once we are done, I will explain why we are doing it this way. In a normal speed ramp, we usually work with 2 keyframes between beat drops, where we only speed up the beginning and the ending. In a multi-speed ramp, we create keyframes both before and after each beat drop because we need to speed up the video directly on the beat drops to achieve a smoother and more consistent flow. If we placed all keyframes directly on the beat drops, the timing would feel off and the speed would not properly match each beat. That is why we place keyframes slightly before the beat and slightly after it. Now the next step is to smooth out the keyframes and create a proper curve. First select all the keyframes and press F9 to apply Easy Ease. Next open the graph editor, right-click, and choose Edit Value Graph so we can start shaping the curve. I will begin by adjusting the start and end points. First I will increase the speed at the beginning by moving the handle upward slightly. Then I will adjust the ending as well by dragging the handle downward to create a smoother transition. First I will move the second keyframe upward like this to speed up the video and adjust the clip length. Next I will move the following keyframe upward again to increase the speed and make the beginning section longer. Now I will create the reverse speed ramp here. I will drag this keyframe downward to make the video move in reverse at this point. The next keyframe I will keep as it is for a smooth reverse transition, and then I will move this one downward as well to create another reverse speed ramp. Now it's time to smooth out the curve. For this we will adjust the handles and control how the speed ramp looks. Avoid making the curve too sharp or too strong. Keep it smooth like this, so the transition stays clean and natural. We can now preview the video and see what can still be improved. Everything looks good so far. If you want to adjust the length of the clip or make it longer, you can move the keyframes to match the parts you want to speed up. Take your time and adjust the timing of all keyframes. With the adjustments I made, the speed ramp now looks more smoother and closer to the result I was aiming for. Just remember, timing is everything. It can make your video feel smoother, slower, or faster depending on how you set it up. Practice until you fully understand how it works. Once you get it, this becomes one of the easiest parts of editing. So with the curve complete, the next step for a smooth multi-speed ramp is adding motion blur. Apply CC Force Motion Blur to the clip. This effect simulates motion blur by analyzing movement between frames and blending them together, making fast motion look more natural and less harsh. You can also use RSMB Pro if you have it, but CC Force Motion Blur usually gives cleaner results. The downside is that it is more demanding on your CPU, while RSMB Pro is more balanced in performance but can slightly reduce motion blur quality. For the final touch, a speed ramp does not feel complete without shake. I will add one shake from the AM Film Shakes pack. You can get the pack from the link in the description below, or check out my shake tutorials on the channel. Let's preview the final result, and we are done. With the shake applied, speed ramp edits always look much better. Let me apply the same shake to every beat drop in the song and see how it turns out. It looks good, but in the end it is completely up to you to decide how many shakes to apply, and where and when to use them. After finishing your edit, always double-click the pre-composed layer and enable frame blending. This reduces choppiness when clips are heavily sped up or slowed down. Hope you found this video helpful. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed it, please give it a like.